Hello and welcome back to Star Wars Meditations. I'm Greg, this is Ben, and this is Karl. Thanks for coming back to us. We are so glad you're here. So my topic to talk about Last Jedi, I have to say if you watched our first video, what I was most excited about was Mark Hamill, and I really want to talk Luke Skywalker. So my topic of choice is the showdown on Crate. I will just say, from the moment Luke leaves Leia, walks through that doorway into the sun, and squares off, just as he promised he would, right? I'm going to march out there with my laser sword and take on the whole First Order. I think this is almost flawless Star Wars. I think it's one of my favorite Star Wars sequences across all Star Wars related media. Why? I mean, I think the whole movie has been building to this point of such emotional intensity, and the way that Kylo comes out, he squares off with Luke Skywalker in a way that looks just enough like the prequels, like Obi-Wan and Anakin on Mustafar, that it pulls together all the saga for me, and then the back and forth they have in this real kind of duel of the wits, if anything, as they work on it, to me was flawless. And then I'll just add that from a filmmaking perspective, I thought it was incredible how all the clues are right there. Right, we see him with looking younger, with dark hair again. All of a sudden, we see him with holding the lightsaber that we know has just been broken in the last scene. And yet, even though everybody saw these clues, or maybe missed some of them, but saw some of them, we all kind of like looked past them. We're like, oh well, he stopped at a Octo barber shop and he just remade the lightsaber. We look past all of that, even though it's right there on the surface. It's like classic misdirection by putting in your face all the clues you needed. So I think it's one of the best sequences in Star Wars history, and certainly one of the best in this film. So what do you guys think?
I mean, you know who else missed all of that is Kylo Ren.
Yeah.
I think one thing that's interesting to me is like Luke is really manipulating Kylo Ren in that he's playing with his anger. Like he knows that the weakness of the dark side is their anger. Like it's where they get their strength, but it's also going to be how he distracts Kylo Ren, enrages him, and makes him start making bad decisions. Like even Hux is saying, "Come on, what are we doing?
We think you got him.
We're supposed to be chasing the rebels here, right?" And the way that Luke, when he goes out at first, and he's getting pounded on by 8 different AT-ATs, whatever.
Yeah, new walkers. Yeah,
new walkers. And it all ends. He's untouched, and he brushes himself off. It drove me crazy at first. This is dumb. It drove Kylo Ren. Really?
I like the way you express that, because it's an echo when Obi-Wan gets struck down. I've always thought of Vader as being so angry because he's like, wait, there's a power I didn't know about. And I think you're right. That's exactly Kylo's anger. He's like, how come I don't know this power? So, yeah.
To me, it's the moment where Luke is being the Luke a lot of fans wanted him to be for the whole film. It's that moment where, like, when he's walking out there, right? And there's that beautiful shot of him walking through the destroyed door, and the ATM-6s, I think, is what they actually are. I don't remember exactly. Guerrilla walkers, and he's doing, right? He's taking his laser sword to face down the First Order. But it's this great shot. And it honestly made me think of a video game. Not because it looked like a video game, but like that's something you would expect to see from Luke in a video game, right? He's going to go out there. What I was expecting, he's going to force push all of them over or something like that. But it's just this beautiful shot, and this is him being that legendary hero we all wanted him to be. And a lot of people remember him to be. What's also beautiful is he's walking out, and you see all the Resistance troopers standing up. They're rising up.
Yes.
Right? Like, he's causing that...
Rising up into the light.
Exactly,
as well.
yeah.
It's a funny thing because Luke, it's an illusion, right?
Yeah.
And I think it's playing with the theme in the movie. Like Luke is saying, his mistake was being a legend. He's not a legend or everything. And he's kind of like, okay, this last thing, I have to be a legend. He's being what we all wanted him to be. Yeah. And he's being like the universe's imagination for him. And he's projecting this. It's all fake from his, in a way. It's real and it's not, I think it's just interesting with the theme of the movie.
Yeah. Yeah, and just really quick, I think it's worth mentioning how powerful Kylo Ren is in the scene as well, because again, this is Luke's moment. This is the moment fandom wanted. But how incredible of a character is Kylo Ren that he can be on equal footing with Luke Skywalker in this moment. In the sense of, as much as we're watching Luke, we're also very riveted by Kylo's reaction. And again, I think it just shows what a great character Kylo Ren is. That he can stand up against a 40-year-old legendary character like Luke Skywalker. And it's not like, well, the heck with Kylo Ren, we just want to see Luke. No, like, you need Kylo Ren's reaction there. And I love the line that a lot of people chuckle at. I don't know why they're chuckling, but, I failed you, Ben. I'm sorry. I'm sure you are. It's great.
Oh, I think all the dialogue is perfect. I love
Yeah.
Kylo asking, "Are you here to save my soul?" And he's just like, "No." Right? He's so far beyond that. Yeah. And I think it's some of Mark's best acting in his history as Luke Skywalker. And there's a lot of great moments from the OT, obviously, but this feels somehow deeper to me as a part of that. And I'll just say, when you see the two of them squared off, and there are, I think, two sequences where you see them on opposite sides of the frame, and it looks gorgeous. It's very, symmetrical, and you have them facing down across all of us, and it really feels like a divide that they're not going to overcome as a part of it. And then, the dual style, right? I'm sure you have thoughts on that.
Yeah, it reminded me in a way of it's a very samurai kind of style where they're sizing each other up and they're moving around without striking. It reminds me of Obi-Wan Kenobi's duel with Darth Maul in Star Wars Rebels, where it's very slow until it's fast. And I think we kind of saw that a little bit. And it makes sense in the end because Luke can't touch lightsabers with it.
Yeah.
Right.
It's all a fake out. It's another clue we didn't catch.
Right.
Well, and I think when it starts to get a little silly there, where Luke does his Neo move and then this weird twisty spinny thing, I think there was my first reaction was like, what? And yet when you think about it, you're like, he's projecting this. He can do whatever he wants, and that will still just mess with him. And again, there's a precedent for that. We have Darth Sidious in Revenge of the Sith go from a seated position to do a 720 through the air and surprise Kit Fisto and end that smile once and for all. So so to me it was the moment I wanted, and it was the moment I got, so I couldn't be happier. And maybe the most controversial part of it is the shoulder brush, but I'm all in, right? I'm the one standing up every time. You're like, woo! So well, we want to know what you think, so please share a comment below, give us your thoughts, or you can come find us on social media. We're on Facebook. Just search for Star Wars Meditations. You have to apply, but we'll let you in. And then you can add your own thoughts and tell us whether you like it or not. So until next time, see you around, kid.